Hi guys, doing the intro. Alrighty, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome once again to the Enhanced Sports Show. My name is Lou Tenor, and I'd like to welcome you all. No, you didn't skip a day. It is not Saturday. It is a Friday afternoon. But for those of you who didn't get the memo or did that, I had to do the show today, did other obligations tomorrow. So I just thought, I'll do it today. All right. Remember, the number is 512-543-4662. I'll repeat that again, 512-543-4662, because some of you are having trouble getting with the line already. Well, if that happens, just keep trying, folks. That's all I can tell you. Don't forget about our other shows. Kevin Nixon with Just Us Sports, Monday nights from 7 to 9, except for football season when it becomes 6 to 8. Rasal McGee's fun show, the DMV, which is Saturday nights, 6 to 7. Usually he comes after me, but this week it's regular time. And Betty's show whenever that appears. Details yet to be determined. You can also find us on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and type in The Enhanced Sports Show. I prefer you do it after the show. You will hear it, though, in its entirety. All right, so we got some calls coming in. I'll bring them in right now. All right. Steve, glad you made it. Glad you made it. Good. Diane, Matthew. All right. Miriam. All right. Now remember, guys, this is a sports show. I know we got a lot going on, but let's just keep it on in the sports realm, okay? That's all I ask. All right. So we had a lot going on in the sports world. We had the MLB draft that happened on Sunday. Now, I don't have time to go through every single pick of 825 rounds or whatever it was. So I'm just going to do the first round here, and let's see if your predictions match to what the draft board thought. All right, ready? Can I get a yes, folks? All together now? You call yourself, you guys call yourself a chorus? Oh, please. Alrighty. So I had to do it on one of the pages here because it won't show up on the ESPN Sports page. So I did it the hard way, and it goes like this. All right. For the Guardians, or as I so call the Indians, they select the number one draft pick, Travis Bazana from Oregon State, or as I just say, just call him Baz. Okay, fair enough. Number two, the Reds select Chase Burns from Wake Forest, and I got an interesting story about him a little bit later on. The Rockies select Charlie Cundon from Georgia. The Oakland A's select Nick Kurtz from Wake Forest. Normally it's used as a basketball school, but they have a good baseball school as well. Number five, the White Sox take Hagen Smith from Arkansas. Number six, the Royals select Joe Haglione from Florida. Number seven, the Cardinals select J.J. Wertherholt from West Virginia. Number eight, the Angels take Christian Moore, that's Moore with two O's, from Tennessee. Pirates This is one of the high school selectors. The Pirates like Connor Griffin. That's Connor with a K, not with a C, from Jackson Prep, Mississippi High School. The Nationals, Steve, are you listening? Nationals like Sever King from Wake Forest. Can you tell us anything about him? I know a lot of us don't follow college baseball much on a regular basis, but since he's going to your Nationals, do you have any insight on him? Well, hey, look, 10th isn't that bad, you know. I mean, it's not a bad pick. You know, anytime you can get into the top 10, you know, in the draft, you know, I think is highly respectable. All right, so on we go. Where to go? All right, number 11. Tigers select Bryce Rainier from Harvard Westlake High School. Number 12, the Red Sox take Braden Montgomery from Texas A&M. If you Red Sox fans, I apologize for that. Giants select James Tibbs the third from Florida State. The Cubs select Cam Smith from Florida State. Mariners select, I hope I don't mess this name up, Jury Angelo Kennedy from Mississippi State. The Marlins like PJ Morlando from Somerville, South Carolina High School. That's not the Somerville that how we spell here in New Jersey, but you guys get the idea. We spell it SOMMERVILE. That's Jersey for you folks. Okay. Brewers select Braidlon Payne from Elkins, Texas High School. Another high schooler from Texas. The Rays like Theo Gillen, Westlake. The Mets select Carson Bengi from Oklahoma State. I wonder. Let's see if I can get. Let's see if he's not. I'll just see. Just give me a second, everybody. I just want to see if I get somebody in. Uh, all right. Well, I got the right side. I got the right side of the area, but wrong person because I was looking for Mike because he's a Mets fan. All right, Alex, let me ask you because I'm going over the draft picks right now, and you're some of a Met fan, right? First of all, my condolences, and second of all, sorry. No, because so far. Well, I'm going over the draft right now, and I just came across a pick for the Mets, so I was looking for your honest opinion. They select, yeah, Oklahoma State. Hmm. So, in other words, another Otani on the prowl. Okay, so we're not right. Okay, so we're not we're not going to have this stuff with him pitching and hitting and all that. We're only just one position, right? Yeah, because I think that not for nothing, but I think that kind of ruined Otani. You know, going from pitching to hitting and vice versa. I think that really kind of messed him up. I mean, that's why you don't see too many two-way players in the league to begin with. That can really mess things up for you. Okay, moving. Oh yeah, of course. Very rare. Very rare. Yes. Okay. The Blue Jays select Trey yes, batch from East Carolina. Hang on, Jimmy. I'll get to you in a minute. Twins select Kayleen Culpepper from Kansas State. The Orioles select Vance Honeycutt from North Carolina. No relation to BJ Honeycutt. But, no. Okay. That's a match character die. Oh, boy. Okay, shoot me. You can shoot me later on. All right. Dodgers select anybody? Dodgers select Keelan Lindsay from Hardy High School, Florida. That's Keelan with two L's. The Braves select Cam Caminiti from Saguaro High School in Arizona. Why does that name sound so familiar? Pirates select Cash Mayfield from Elk City High School in Oklahoma. Oh, that Caminiti, right. I knew that name. I knew that name sounded familiar. I knew it. I didn't think it was any relation, but now I get it from the Astros. Yeah, I know who it is now. Okay. For you Yankee fans, we select Ben Hess from Alabama. Jimmy. Well, Steve, this is baseball, not football. Jimmy, any thoughts on it? Since you're the Yankee, well, you're more of a Philly fan, but any thoughts? Right. Yeah. Uh, anybody? Right. Anybody else from the New York area want any insight? I would think so. I think it's a good pick. All right, Alex. Yeah, uh, that's true. They need to get. They gotta get younger. That's what we need. We need younger. We need younger talent. We need younger talent from the minor leagues because you can't last. You can't last because once you're past like 30 or 31, it's time to look for some new blood. Yeah, 4. That's a lot. What else is new? Oh, well, there is. Well, you got to make it before the trade deadline, which is next week. But then again, Alex Cashman's not that smart anyway, so that's nothing new. So, okay. Anywho, Phillies select Dante Nori from Northville, Michigan High School. Astros select Walker. Wait, I want to see if I got it right. Yeah, Walker Jack from Sam Houston State. Very good baseball school. That's also a very good football school. The D-backs select Slade Caldwell from Valley View, Arkansas High School. And finally, the Rangers select Malcolm Moore from Stanford. All right, guys. Any particular things you see here that looks legit, or was there's something going wrong? This is a freebie. Anybody can answer. Yeah, they do. Yeah, that's how they manage the playoffs every year, right? Yeah. Well, no. Well, that's how they always. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they did. That's how they managed to make the playoffs every year. With their good draft picks, the good hitters. But with Acuna injured, that I think might put a damper on trying to catch the Phillies for the division, and if anything, they'll have to sell for a wild card. For some reason, I don't really feel so confident about the Braves in the position right now. With this, yeah, there you go. That could be a big difference. That's probably why they're 9.5 back of the Phillies right now, which are the surprise team of the year. So yeah, it wasn't that long ago. They won the wasn't that long ago they won the World Series too. So yes, I'll get to that in a little while, Steve. Yeah, I thought I thought that was yeah. Yeah, they said it was the first draft pick from Australia. I thought it was somebody else though that had that because we had a player on the Yankees that came from Australia. I thought he was the first, but I guess not. You guys know I'm referring to, right? Rem Lloyd, yeah. But I guess he was selected first, so that's the difference, I guess. Uh, yeah. From Springfield, Mass. Steve Ken, is that you? Good. Glad you made it. Hey, you're here. That's what counts. Hey, you're here. That's what counts. All right. Good crowd there. I like it. All right. So, but okay, Steve, your thoughts on the first round of the draft? Uh, yes. Yeah, I thought so. Yes. Uh, I, yeah, you can say that again. Yeah. Yeah. Angels. Right. Yes. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Any, right. Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. You're right. All right. So I think we were mentioning just a second ago. Here was something interesting. Chase Burns broke the bonus record of Paul Skinnis after landing a $9.25 million signing bonus from the Reds. Burns in college baseball. Miriam, you want to add anything to this? Yeah, maybe not. Uh, he played college at Wake Forest, selected overall in this week's draft, and it's only The only first round pick to be officially signed so far. Top overall pick Travis uh, Benzia and Charlie Cundon were seen as the two top players, so either of them could boost Burns before the August 1st deadline. Skins was taken by the Guardians and Cundon was taken by the Rockies. MLB was first to report the signing of Burns. Skins had signed a 9.2 million bonus with the Pirates after being selected first in last year's draft. He started Tuesday's All Star game and was the first pitcher to do that after being drafted. And Skins, I think, has been the real deal so far. Burns played his first two seasons at Tennessee, then transferred to Wake Forest for 1 year. Burns was the top pick in the draft with his 100-mile-per-hour fastball and plus slider, both considered the best pitchers in the draft in 100 innings spring. Burns struck out 191 batters and walked 30 and carried a 2.70 ERA. Yeah, Burns looks like he got the better end of the deal here, even though despite the fact that Baz got a top pick in the draft. But getting to Skins for a second, well, I think Rookie of the Year is a shoe in for that. But what do you think? I may be getting a league MVP, Rookie Year. Any thoughts on that? Steve Kemp, I'll start there with you. Yeah. Um, okay, so oh, I got two more. Hey, Anthony Small. Now, guys, let me tell you something. This is a new car to this show, but he is not a newcomer by the podcasting business at all. I've been on Anthony Small shows for years. In fact, he was one of the first shows I was involved with when I first started podcasting. Smalls, it's good to have you. All right, man. It's so good to have you on here after all the years I've been doing this show. It's nice to have you finally on here. And buddy McGee, Saul McGee, how you doing, pal? Yeah. So what do you make of so I don't think Skinner is going to get a Rookie of the Year, but you think maybe it might be a league candidate for MVP? And with the bonus that was just set a new record. What do you make of that? With from this year's draft, Burns. No, Chase Burns. I don't think he went to the Orioles. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yep. Okay. We die. Hold on. Hold on, die. Let them finish the question. Then we'll get back to you. Go ahead. Go ahead, Rosal. All right. Steve Kent. Chase Burns. Yeah, I really not. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yes. Everybody. Okay. That's what I say. All right. I got two more calls here. Herman, is that you? Another one of my cohorts from Anthony Small Show. Nice to have you on board. And from Michigan, would you state your name, please, for the record? Adam, you're here. Great. Nice to have you back. Great. Okay. So we're just going over the draft picks again. Okay. Go ahead. Sure. Sure, Smalley. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yes. Right. Okay. Easy, Herman. Diane, you wanted to comment on something before? Yeah. Right. Herman, are you okay? Yeah, I think it was your phone was causing a little, All right. Jimmy, any thoughts? I guess not. Adam, any thoughts? Right. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. Not gonna happen. That's why I don't do all 7 rounds because it would take the entire show anyway. So, yeah. Before I move on, any other thoughts from anybody? Thanks, all. All right. We still got some more baseball news here. First of all, did anybody catch the All-Star game on Tuesday? Yes. Good game. Yeah. Okay. Well, the American League, they're back on top. They won 5-3 with the National League. Good news for us Yankee fans. And only time I root for a Boston Red Sox player. Oh boy. They got big hits from Juan Soto, Red Sox outfielder Jaron Duran, and the Guardians' rising star David Fry. They lifted the AL to the win over the National League. The American League has now won 10 of the last 11 and 22 of the last 27. Duran got MVP honors with his efforts and the go-ahead home run. He is the first Red Sox player to win the MVP since J.D. Drew in 2008. And I think that was the game of 15 innings. I didn't get to sleep that night, that's for sure. So do I. The National League now. From what I'm looking at first, I didn't think the American League was gonna have a chance. I mean, because they had Skinnis out there, and he was striking out American League players, and they took a 3-0 lead early. So I didn't think with him on the mound that the American League was gonna have a chance. But Shohei Ohtani did his job. He got a 3-run homer and put them on top 3-0 to begin with. And I was surprised by this. It was the first Dodger to hit a home run in the All-Star game since Mike Piazza 130 years ago. Kind of interesting. But the American League wasn't done yet. Just running quickly, second baseman Marcus Semien led off the bottom of the third with a single, followed by a walk from Steve Kwan, the Guardians. Sato, another player who changed leagues this season, came through with a double, cut lead 3-2, then a pitch single from Fry, tied the game 3-3. Then came the go-ahead run in the fifth when Duran took Reds Hunter Green deep for the 2-run homer, and that was all the scoring. The AL played with fire for the rest of the game, especially with Seth Lugo on the Royals, allowed second base runners, one of them by Red Star, Eli De La Cruz in the seventh, but the bullpen held firm. Thank goodness. Perhaps the most dominant performance belonged to the ace Mason Miller, who took the mound in the fifth inning and proceeded to inflict carnage on getting Ketel Marte to fly out. He struck out Ohtani on 4 pitches, the last a wipeout slider, and threw the fastest pitch measured by StarCast. That's a tracking device. I said StarCast, not StarKist. The alternate game against Trey Turner, who also struck out. With the American League, Rangers manager Bruce Bochy joins Tony La Russa as the only other manager to win the All-Star game in both leagues. The AL victory ended a week of headlines, including Baz, who became the first Australian player to be taken first overall in the draft. Dodgers outfielder Teoscar Hernandez winning the home run derby. I'll get to that in a little bit, and I'll get to some other news of what happened during that in about 2 minutes. So just hang tight with me. Duran earned MVP honors by going 1 for 2 with 1 home run and 2 RBIs. Emmanuel Clase closed out the ninth, striking out Brian Reynolds of the Pirates. For a team that doesn't do very well, the Pirates, Skins has done pretty well with his ERA and whatnot. But it's got to be more than him to get the Pirates, in contention. Because they haven't really done well much with that. It's hard to say. You need more than one player, to keep your team in gear. All right, so no. So anyway, and the All-Star game. Oh, how about that? I can't seem to find anything for the home run derby though. But that was. I know. Yeah, and I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Freshman. Yeah. Oh, here we are. Yeah. Right. So Teskar, who won the home run derby, said okay with the final swing that was launched at Global Life Field, narrowed his eyes, and Teskar held his breath. An otherwise unremarkable derby turned into a dramatic ending that baseball fans will love to see. The ball of Witt's bat ultimately carved off the base of center field fence, prompting a sign of disappointment from him and a triumphant thrust of Hernandez's arms in the air. Hernandez defeated Witt by a slim margin, just as he survived a swing off to win by 1 home run in the semifinals. Believe it or not, Hernandez is the first Dodger to win the home run derby. I'm kind of surprised about that myself. He took home a top prize of this guys $1 million and a medallion that read Home Run Derby Champion. The pride of standing against perhaps the game's best young star and more than matching him swing for a swing. It doesn't matter who I'm going up against. I'm going to bet myself, said Hernandez, who had the sixth longest odds in the eight-man field. People may underestimate me. You can see that in the end, we was hitting all those home runs. Everyone was shooting for him, but I'm just as talented as anyone else out there, and I'll give him credit for that because he's right. He is talented just as everybody else there, even though all the eyes were on run the other players, but Hernandez, held his own, and that's how he was able to win. This new format, which is kind of a little weird, but I get the point of it. Um, it does new format. As hitters were given a limit of 40 pitches in 3 minutes, they could hit as many home runs as possible before missing three in a bonus round. In the final time was reduced to 2 minutes and just 27 pitches. Playing his first derby, Hernandez became the seventh player from the Dominican Republic to win the event. That's right. Well, the Dominican Republic, I think, is taking over baseball. To be honest with you, he got in the middle of the first. He got hot in the middle of his first round with a strong advantage against Witt, who struggled in his round. By the end, Witt with 11 home runs and extra one bonus time as he traveled 425 feet in the air with his home run. Hernandez celebrated with his former teammate Vladimir Guerrero Jr., last year's champ, who was wearing Hernandez jersey from their days as Blue Jays teammates. It's where Hernandez developed the sort of power player the Dodgers converted over the winter and was signed to a one-year free agent contract to join Show Me the Money Ohtani, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman in the Dodgers lineup. And Hernandez started at center field in Tuesday's All-Star game. So what started out as a lackluster start of the Derby, which I didn't find that interesting up until the end, turned out to be a pretty good home run derby, if I do say so myself. I don't know if I'm crazy about the format change. I mean, that was a little bit confusing. I'll say that, but I pretty much enjoyed it. I always enjoy the home run derby. Sometimes even more than the game itself. Home runs flying everywhere and what else. I mean, I know you hear a lot of saying, "Oh, well, the balls are extra juiced so they can hit the home runs deeper and whatnot." And yeah, I get it, but it's all for fun. Nobody takes it really seriously. But the question comes up: how big of an effect do you think it's going to have on the swinger's arms? Now that's over and getting back into regular season play. I mean, because you get a lot of that when you hear, "Oh, it's going to mess with the player's swing and they won't let him make home runs, etc., etc." So, how much of that do you buy into it? Anybody can answer that question. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Yes. Yes. Right. Yes. Right. Yeah. I was thinking. Right. I was disappointed by myself on that with Lonzo. Maybe. Yeah. I think so too. Yeah. Yes, of course. I don't think he was either. No. Nevers. Right. Yeah. We call them brackets. We call them brackets. We'll do. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. No, I didn't. I think it was the change of the rounds. No, they wanted to change the rules this year for whatever reason, but, I gotta agree with you on that. This was not your typical home run derby, and hopefully they go back to the regular format. We got a wireless caller here. No name is coming up or number, but, would you state your name, please, for the record? Hey, yeah, well, I see another caller. It's a wireless caller. Could you, tell us who you are, please? Okay, okay. Nice to have you on here, Alan. Yeah. So, your thoughts on any baseball? Anything else you wanna bring up? Yeah, Hall of Fame game. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, no. Yes, I'm afraid you're right, but it didn't feel right. I wish they would go back to the regular format. Okay, well, as most of you know, I have a feature called the Idiots of the Week. Well, I think I got more than one this week. I'm going to start with idiot number one. What happened at the Home Run Derby? I'm sure you've known about this. Country music star, if you want to call her star, Ingrid Andres wrote on social media that today that she was drunk while performing the national anthem. Well, first of all, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't perform drunk. And second of all, you shouldn't do anything during a national anthem. I mean, that was a total insult to be right there. So she said was checking into rehab. Well, I'll give you a nod on that one, but maybe you should have been out there in the first place. You know, being out there drunk and making a complete fool of yourself. No, that is not acceptable, especially when you're performing a national anthem. I mean, we had problems like this before in the past. I'm not going to get too much into that, but you go out there, you have to give it all you got. Okay, a difficult song to sing, yes, I understand that. I mean, if I would do it, if they asked me to do it, I'd be honored. Of course, I'd be a nervous wreck because it's a difficult song to sing and singing there in front of 3,000 people. But you don't go out there and make a fool of yourself and get plastered. That is not that is not what singing is all about, the anthem. So her off-key rendition of the anthem that led to the Derby became the subject of jokes and criticism on social media. The following morning, she posted an apology to MLB and the fans on social media platforms, admitting that she was drunk. "I'm not gonna lie. I admit I was drunk," she said. She wrote, "I'm checking into rehab." Well, good. I'm glad you get all the help you need. But next time, if you do anything like that, stay sober, please. Any embarrassments, please do. Uh, right. Yeah, yeah, exactly. No, yeah, yeah. That was not. So I think I have to say we're all. It's more than her than sure. Hmm. No, yeah, yes. All right. Yes, yes, right. Yes, right. Yes, right. Yes. Or right. All right. Greg is here, so we're gonna switch to golf now before I go on to other idiots of the week. Uh, right now, at the third round of the Open, I think it's done for the day. Shane Lowry is in first as a one-stroke lead over Justin Rose. Daniel Brown is uh, actually I think it's three tied for second. Yeah, Daniel Brown and Billy Horschel is they're all tied for third, but the reasonable distance to win the Open. That's the highest American is yeah Horschel at fourth. Sky Schiffer's hanging in there as well. He's 5 strokes back of the lead. Alexander Scheffler is six back, tied for seventh. So it looks good for the Americans as we're heading into the as we just into the second round tomorrow. But Tiger Woods, oh boy, what a mess! I mean, before I ask Greg the question here, let me just reiterate on this because this does not look good. This definitely does not look good for Tiger Woods right now, as he had a horrible first round. I think it was what 9 over, and is in a terrible predicament right now. at 147th place uh, in this round, and there's quite a possibility if he hasn't already, he did not make the cut, and this will be the third straight major that he missed the cut this year. The last time he did that was in 2015. Uh, Greg, do you wish to make any comment on this? Because it does not look good for Tiger at all. And I think he's probably out. Yeah, yes, he was. Lowry? Mhm. Yeah. 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 Shambo. Not yet. Not yet. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I think he did too. Yeah. 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 To make the cut, you have to have the top 7 golfers, golfers with the low 70 scores and ties make the cut. Wood said himself, I did not do things right yesterday. I put myself on the third hole for a birdie, and then I made 3 putts today. I did not hit my irons very well. I did not give myself a whole lot of looks. Well, yesterday, if I'm going to make the cut, I got to start shooting in the low 60s. Obviously, it didn't happen. It did. Yes. It's not. Right. No, I don't. I think Steen's record's gonna stay intact. Anyone else have any thoughts on Woods? His horrible performance? Oof. Yeah, yeah. Well, don't forget, Alan. Yeah. Well, don't forget, Alan. He's not the same Tiger he once was, 25 years ago. I mean, he was, the fresh young phenom that everybody's raging about, and it now it's slowed up. Of course, the accident that happened with his car and everything else, that kind of slowed too. And prior to that, back in whatever it was, 2012 or whatever, so it has affected him somewhat. Age as well as a factor, you know. Yeah. No. Yes. Yeah. It's a new era is right. Yes, Alan? No. Right. Yeah, the media, kinda house on. Yeah. Okay, Steve, Steve Davidson, you got anything in the WWE and, MMA, era? Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes. What about John Jones, the UFC champion? Yeah. Yes. Yes, definitely. Is a and he was, yeah, he very well could lose. I think he will. Yeah, I think he will. He was and of course, yeah, he was a very good fighter. I mean, he won, 14 victories in the in the light division, was becoming, a very good up and coming fighter. But then all of the other stuff, he had charge of, assault, interference with communication, and, just unreal. It's hmm. Trying to get somebody in here, guys, but he's having a problem just exceeding 1 minute. Yeah, trying to get somebody in here. He hasn't been on here in a while. Okay, maybe that'll work. So, and then, he's all kinds of trouble before. He was suspended for a year for a failed drug test, and there was these people were coming up the underworld to his house and with the drug test. So, a lot of it, I came in with this week. So, this guy's in a lot of trouble. Oh boy, and that's what I said. Yeah, Diane, your trivia. Hold on, let me do a trivia. Yeah, right. Of course. All right, Diane, your trivia. Good. 6-12. 1917. I'll say 2 to 3 inches thick. 3 to 5. Okay, that just gets the first one. All right. Okay. All right. So I'll turn to tennis now, unless Johnny has anything else. All right. So in tennis, uh, in the men's final, Novak Djokovic uh, won the men's final in straight sets, straightforward victory. Oh, wait, hold on. Carlos Alcaraz. He defeated Novak Djokovic in the Wimbledon final in straight sets, 6-2, 6-7, 7-4. Victory against one of the greats. Alcaraz became the first Spaniard to successfully defend his Wimbledon crown, beat Nottingham's Rafael Nadal has managed. And we all took Djokovic to win that, didn't we, guys? And boy, do I feel stupid. Did anyone else feel stupid besides me? Oh boy. Thanks. I'm glad I'm not alone here. So, anywho, uh, he managed one of the sport. It's already his achievements in the sport have already significant at age 21. He's won 4 Grand Slams, winning all major finals he participated in, and twice he has beaten the Joker in a Wimbledon final, a tournament the Serbian has won 7 times. Carlos Alcaraz. Oh, I did. Yeah, yeah, right. Hang on a second, Greg. Isaiah, are you there? Yeah. Oh, Isaiah, that's you. Okay, you're the call wireless. Okay, I didn't see your name come, so I didn't know it was you. I'm, I'm sorry, buddy. Go ahead. Go ahead, Greg. Go on, Greg. Greg. How do you like that? All right, Isaiah. Yeah, Isaiah. Is there anything you want to bring to the table? And welcome to the show. 3 years. Yeah, yeah. We used to follow each other all the time on shows back in the days, right, Isaiah? There's me. There's an Isaiah someplace. It's nice to have you back. Surprise more often. So, Isaiah, is there anything you want to bring to the table? I mean, this is a free one for you since you haven't been here in a long time. So go ahead. Yeah. Yes. I assume. So, but I still feel ridiculous because we all took, the Joker to win, and I thought it was gonna be an easy win, but instead Alcaraz just did a number on. Boy, I feel so stupid. So he is. So anyway, the young player is on a fast track to greatness at pace the most his various predecessors has not matched. Alcaraz is now the reigning French Open and Wimbledon champion, just a 6 man in the Open era to win both tournaments. in the same season, following the footsteps of Rod Laver, Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, and the Joker, and your favorite player, Greg, Bjorn Borg. Oh, yeah, yeah, right. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I think I did. I know Frank Shorter is, yes. Yeah, 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 yes. All right. Well, on to another ridiculous moment of the week here. This one, I don't know if anybody saw the match against Argentina and Colombia, the Copa America final on Sunday. Well, there was plenty of drama before, during, and after the game. I'll do before first. Um, the match was delayed 90 minutes as a bunch of hooligans, fans, um, had the game delayed by 90 minutes because of a security breach as fans broke through one of the main gates. There you go. Got a whole group of idiots here. Video on social media showed fans breaking through the Southwest Gate at the Hard Rock Stadium while some were being reprimanded by police or security personnel. A security guard maintaining an interior entrance to the stadium confirmed to ESPN that the Southwest Gate went into lockdown due to the breach. Okay, no wonder it was delayed so long. Shortly after, an officer of the Miami-Dade County Police Department told ESPN all gates were locked down, while another officer said keeping it the described the situation as fluid. The Miami-Dade police issued a following a statement. We have several incidents prior to the gates opening at the stadium before the final game of the Copa America tournament. These incidents have been the result of unruly behavior by a bunch of numbskulls, or you call them fans, trying to gain access to the stadium. So, like I said, we got a whole bunch of idiots this week. We're asking everyone to be patient and abide by the rules set by the officers and stadium personnel. Did they listen? Oh, of course not. What you expect? Video and images by ESPN show fans crowding around the Southwest Gate waiting to get in. Fans have been congregating at the Hartford Stadium well before the 8 p.m. start time, with one parking lot attendant saying he had been called into work as early as 6 a.m. as fans were arriving way too early. Eugh. A sellout crowd of 65,000 was expected to see Colombia take on Argentina. And, I was waiting for the game to start at 8 o'clock. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Is it raining? Is it doing something? No, it's a bunch of wise guys just, thinking this was a soccer match in Europe when it gets started because those soccer fans are. But instead, There are a bunch of gate crashers trying to get into view of the game, and the whole thing got become a mess. I mean, the security is not doing their job right, and they just barge in. It's your job to keep these people out and wait for the gates to open before you start charging in like a pack of wild animals, trying to get to watch the game. I mean, we had to wait 90 minutes for this. I mean, really. I mean, I know the championship final. I was excited to see as anybody else, but this was just ridiculous. I mean, anybody see that? See that? What? And any thoughts of how you thought what happened? I mean, just I was just like, this is just too much. Ridiculous. So, any thoughts on the Copa America final? Yeah. Well, well, what do you make of the incident itself, Jimmy? What do you make of the incident itself? No. Yeah, I think it wasn't a foul. Yeah, if it wasn't a foul, I don't think fans would win this out of control. But they always seem to go out of control during this, especially, of course, when you got Argentina, which has, of course, the star player Lionel Messi, who actually was hurt in the game and wasn't able to stay on for the conclusion, as he had suffered a leg injury too. What a shame. Still, I mean, it's another cup for the Argentinian nation. Presence on that. Any other thoughts from anybody? Small. Yeah. Any other thoughts? Okay. How about you, Matthew? Yes. Yes. Anything to draw attention. You know, I mean, it's like I thought maybe it was like a soccer match in Europe because they did that a lot there too. I mean, the writing is a lot worse though, but still, I mean, there's no excuse for that kind of behavior. And you'd think it happens only to the fans. Oh boy, are you gonna love this next story if I can find it? Because it not only happened um but at least Argentina won 1-0. What a game! What a game! And the European final was kind of dramatic too, as Spain um, knocked off England 2-1. That went to extra time. Did not go to a penalty shootout, but one extra time. Mikel Oyarzabal came off the bench in the second half as a substitute and scored the decisive goal in the 86th minute, knifing between English defenders and slanging a finish between England goalkeeper Jordan Pickford in the 86th minute. Di, you and I are watching that game together, actually. As the Spaniards, yeah, most. Oh, that's true. Remember, guys, we know each other in real life. At the Spaniards' best team of the tournament, that's won their fourth Euro Cup title. They already knocked out Germany and France and delivered Berlin to win a seventh straight match in the blockbuster final against an underperforming English team. Where's David Beckham when you need him? They show why through crescendoing second half, the first 45 minutes have been dull as anything, near halted by English defensiveness. Spain, however, sent the second half team coming to life. In the 47th minute, they took the lead. The Spanish wave rolled back to front, then right to left, pulling England out of position and swiping them to the side. Fabian Ruiz passed to Danny Carnival. Carnival flicked the ball to Lamy Yamal. When it found him, Alvaro Montea and Danny Ombolo came alive, and then some. The runs yanked John Stones and Kyle Walker respectively toward the play and away from Nico Williams, who was lurking in wait on the far side. Yamal picked out to Williams, who needed just one to break England's resistance. Yamal and Williams were the ones who could transform a decent team into a powerful unit. For years, Spain had controlled games but lacked directness and end product. Both players with skill and energy, unlocked sturdy opponents and forced England to come out of its shell. Even uh, even the Spain continued to a set for 25 minutes. Most eyes can only see one clear winner. Then Cole Palmer showed up. Palmer, the star from Chelsea in the English league, entered in the 70th minute. And in the 70th minute, he slotted a 20-yard shot through Spanish bodies and past goalkeeper Uni Simon and into the net that until the point England had hardly even threatened to find. But the equalizer was just a blip and not a momentum shifter as Spain remained steady and resumed its ascent. And Yami tested Pickford. A few minutes later, Orzabal, onside by perhaps a few inches, had beaten him. With the victory, Spain is the first team to win 4 Euro Cups. But I thought it was going to be offside too, but that goal actually counted on Mike Huff. Thank goodness. I mean, if it wasn't for that, we would have went into penalty kicks. But I'm glad it was resolved in regulation. Regulation time. So thank goodness on that. So, any thoughts on the European final? Yeah, yeah. Anyone else have any thoughts or no? Okay. So, as I was saying, sometimes it's the fans that cause a problem. Sometimes it's other sources that cause a problem. Wait to hear this one, guys. This is the third idiot of the week. The president of the Colombian Football Association, or we call it soccer, was arrested Monday morning following the loss to Argentina in the Copa Cup American final. How did this happen? I will tell you. Ramon Jersum, who serves as a Humboldt vice president and holds a spot on the FIFA council, was arrested along with his son around 12:20 a.m. It gets worse. Jersum and his son, Jersum was accused of fighting with guards along with his son, Ramon Jr., inside the stadium after the game ended. Oh, wow. According to WPLG, a station in Miami, Jerusalem became irate at a security guard inside a tunnel at the stadium and started shouting at them when they were not allowed to pass through. Then the incident became physical as Jerusalem uh, began pushing the guard, per the report. The younger Jerusalem allegedly grabbed the guard's neck and punched him. The incident then escalated from there as more security guards became involved. Video of the altercation was shown on social media and by Fox Sports Mexico. Both men were booked in a local jail at 4:15 a.m. Monday morning. According to the Miami Herald, both were charged with 3 counts of battery against an official or an employee. Oh, wow. Before Argentina's 1-0 win, 27 people were arrested and 55 people were injected after fans without tickets pushed through the barriers, scale walls and fences, and even through a vent. And the game was like for 90 minutes. So we had drama during, before, and after the game. I mean, the vice president of the association and his son, oh, what were you thinking? How stupid can you be? Hey, I'm not anybody. I'm the vice president here. Let me through, you big dope. Sorry, you're not getting in here. Oh, wow. And guys, son about the whole thing became just a complete mess. You would think they would know better than that. And you do something, and you go and do something as stupid as that. I mean, you're supposed to set an example of trying to control it, and you got yourself in trouble. You got arrested in jail along with your son. Okay. Boy. See, I told you, sometimes owners and players can act as idiots too, not just fans. Right, everybody? Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. And someone questioning a weakest link before. Well, you are the weakest link. Goodbye. Okay. I just had to throw that in there. Yeah. But just going to show you that, nobody is immune to total idiocy when it comes to this. And it just proved it right there, as we had 3 idiots this week. What's next? Well, maybe I shouldn't ask that question. Okay, on to more news. Yeah. The White Sox agree for signed third baseman Nick Senzel. Teams are disclosed the deal, but let's face it, guys. The White Sox season is over. I mean, really, they have only won 30 games, I think, this year. It's already the middle of July. He was designated for a sign by the Nationals on July 6th and was released 5 days later. He appeared in 64 games this season for the Nationals, hitting 7 home runs and 18 RBIs. Now that's going to make a difference anyway because they're just horrible. In 6 Major League seasons between the Reds and the Nationals, Senzel has posted a .235 batting average across 441 games. He has 40 home runs and 143 RBIs. But like I said, this team is, a comic tragedy in itself. Got some sad news from the NBA. Kobe Bryant's father passed away recently, named Joe Jellybean Bryant. Only 69 years old. Wow. An official cause of Bryant's death was not announced as of on Tuesday morning. LaSalle University, where Bryant coached and played, said that Bryant was a beloved member of the Explorer family and will be missed. Longtime Philadelphia-based Fran Dunphy, who is the current head coach of LaSalle, told the Philadelphia Inquirer that Bryant did actually suffer a massive stroke, which might have contributed to his death, though he can't say for sure. Joe rarely appeared in public after Kobe's death in 2020 after the helicopter crash. The former Lakers star told ESPN back in 2010 that his father had a great mind and credited him with teaching him at an early age on how to view and prepare for the game. Joe played both in the U.S. and abroad. After starting at LaSalle, he averaged 20.8 points per game in 2 seasons. He was selected in the first-round draft by the Warriors in 1975 after they won the championship, and then was acquired by the Sixers later that year. Joe played his first 4 seasons with the Sixers from 75 to 79. Remaining after the Warriors, after the first championship, the Clippers and played for the Clippers and Rockets, averaging 8.7 points per game and 4.4 rebounds in 606 games. He also was a member of the Sixers team that went to the finals in 1977, but lost to the Blazers. He also played abroad in Europe. Bryant started coaching in 1982 and was the head coach of the LA Sparks and coached at the college levels in the U.S., Thailand, and Japan. Yeah, so, and yeah, I kind of forgot about that. They played for the Sixers. Well, Dr. J was a star of that team at the time. But, nevertheless, a great player in his own right. And now he's with his son up there in heaven. Wow. It's a shame. All right. Let's see what else can we get here. All right. Hey, any Knicks fans in the house? Yeah. Yeah, I'm still here. Okay. For you Knicks fans, I got some good news. Free agent Cameron Payne signed a 1-year deal at the vet minimum. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm here. Or am I on mute? Is that you, Kirby? Is that you, Kirby? Okay. Funny, your name's not up here. That's all right. So anyway, just going on to the Knicks. I know that some people are not really Knicks fans here, but that's okay. Where'd it go? Okay. Signed a 1-year minimum. Payne split the season between the Bucks and the Sixers, averaging 7.4 points and 2.6 assists in 70 appearances, including 9.3 points and 3.1 assists in 31 games, including 8 starts for the Sixers last season. Moving along down here. Payne gives the Knicks more depth in the backcourt after losing guards Emmanuel Quickley and Quentin Grimes to trades last season. He's primarily known as a three-point shooter, as he shot 39% from the arc last season and went 38.4% from distance in his 4 years with the Suns. Payne is what's known as a league traveler, or some call it journeyman. This will be his seventh team he'll be playing for. He's playing for the Thunder, the Bulls, Cavaliers, Suns, Bucks, and Sixers. And he has played in 405 career games with 66 starts. But the Knicks need the depth because, I think that's what cost us, the loss in the second round last year because we had that series in the bag. And of course, the injuries that occurred, really did us in. But we definitely need more depth in our backcourt. And if we can get that, I think we're going to go further next year in the playoffs. Perhaps maybe make it to the finals, which we should have done this year. All right. So, any thoughts on Cameron Payne coming to the Knicks? Yes. 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 Who? What do you make of LeBron? What do you make of LeBron's son? Yes. No. He is doing better. Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, compared to well, he had a better game. I mean, he had on Wednesday night, he had 12 points and came with the Lakers win. It was his best game of the summer league season over the Atlanta Hawks. He had a steal, assist, a steal, and a turnover. And Colton Castleton led the Lakers with 17 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists. So that was a pretty good performance right there. The performance also led to Bryant's first three-pointer in summer league as he had a streak of 16 misses come to an end. He finished like 5 for 11 shooting, 2 for 5 from three-point range. But Bronny, there was a talk about maybe him going to maybe say the G League, and he said that that could be a possibility. That's not out of the question. The performance bounced back for Bronny drew ridicule and criticism after struggling to begin his career as a pro. Every time he touched the ball, and the many times he doesn't will become a referendum of his place in the NBA and whether he deserved it. Ooh, yeah, he does. One good game does nothing to a star. Yeah, I do too. No, not this year. Not this year. No, no. Yes, no question about it. I mean, yeah, it's great for Bronny that he got the game, but don't start thinking of him as, oh, he's going to be, NBA material right now. No, I'm sorry. He has a lot of work to do. Of course. Yeah. Oh, Steve, I do want to mention about that performance by Alex Sarr, if you want to call it performance, because this was one of the worst games in history, even for a summer league game. I mean, finishing, yeah, against the Blazers, no points, and it was 0 for 15 shooting. Wow. Thankfully, it's only a summer league. Pitiful. Yeah, and I was like, Kirby's here. Come on, man. Yeah, yeah. I'm not touching that one. By the way, guys, by the way, I hope you guys can tune into a show on August the 10th because I'll have some interesting stories to tell you as I'll be attending a Jets training camp practice on the 8th. So on the 10th, I hope you can call me. And guess who it's against, guys? Guess who it's against? So Kirby, you better call in the 10th. So Kirby, on the 10th, you better call in. Call call your neighbors. Call someone else. To take care of stuff. It'll be too good, Panther, because I want all the Washington because I want all the Washington fans to call in that day. Good, good. All right. So moving on, I had to do it. All right. So moving on. Oh, I got some hockey news for you. So anyway, I mean, if this was a regular season game, it'd be the second worst performance in NBA history. Sarr was the second overall pick in last month's draft. He finished with 9 rebounds, 3 blocks, and 3 assists. Well, at least that made up for something. And he missed both free throw attempts. He is averaging 6 points per game, 6.7 points a game in the summer league. Although he has made an impact in averaging 3 blocks per game, but has struggled to score efficiently. Sarr has shot below 35% in all 3 games in Vegas and is only shooting 19.5% from the field overall. So he's got a lot of work to do, Steve. Yeah. All right, I got some hockey news here. The Islanders signed forward Simon Holmstrom to a 1-year deal. Yuck. The Islanders signed restricted free from Sweden on Wednesday. Last season, he had 15 goals and 10 assists in 75 games. My averages are acting up already. He led the team in shorthanded goals with 5 and shorthanded points with 7, second overall in the league. The Islanders selected him 23rd in the 2019 draft. He had 21 goals and 13 assists in 125 NHL games and 27 goals and 43 assists in 127 minor league games for the minor league Islanders team. Holmstrom averaged more than 1 point per game in more than 2 seasons with the Elite League. That's the minors. He won a gold medal for Sweden in the under 18 in the 2018 World Junior Championship, scoring a goal against Russia in the final. So this might be what the Islanders might need to advance maybe further in the postseason next year, after finishing, after getting out in the first round this year. So this might be something that the Islanders might be able to need. Any thoughts? Go ahead. Any thoughts, Sam? Now, right? Yes. Yeah. Oh, by the way, the winner of this year's British Open is going to receive a record purse with about 3.1 million of a $17 million purse. And no, golf. And second place, not bad either, as we received 1.7 million, and third 1.13 million. So hey, not bad. Yeah, that's a lot of pocket. That's a lot of pocket change, buddy. Yeah, and to think, hey, I lost. No, okay, I got some interesting news here. I don't know if you're gonna take this as good news or bad news or not. I might think this is the feel good story of the week. Maybe depends how you feel. Now, how many of you are familiar with the Yuts named Skip Bayless? Yeah, good. Well, reportedly he is leaving the Fox Sports One show undisputed. I'm like, thank you. Later this, no, Bayless, thank you. So you were coming with that joke all along. I know it. So Bayless You are, you are. So Bayless, which has been with Fox Sports One for since 2016, after spending 12 years with another network that I can't mention. Okay, it's ESPN. Uh, he reportedly signed a 4-year deal worth 32 million. According to the Post, it's expected that Undisputed will continue after Bayless departs. Hey, sign me or sign one of us, which is good. Bayless arrived at Fox Sports One with co-host Shannon Sharp and was Skip and Shannon Undisputed, which was a sports debate program. Sharp left the show last summer after the relationship between both hosts went sour. A show based on debating sports topics turned more into a shouting match between each other. Guest hosts such as the lovely and talented Rachel Nichols, Paul Pierce, Richard Sherman, former basketball player, Keyshawn Johnson, and Michael Irvin have all been alongside Bayless since Sharp departed. But the show's ratings have dropped dramatically and is only averaging 48,000 viewers. I mean, Bayless is an all-around jerk. I mean, you have to give me that. I mean, he's so arrogant and everything. I don't know how he still has that many viewers. I mean, and what started out to be, just a topical show that kind of like turned more like into the McLaughlin Report and Meet the Press, which is bad enough. And you go, you're signing a bunch of barking dogs at each other, just ready to, fight each other on air. Kind of, that's how ESPN2 a long time ago, right? You guys remember when ESPN2 first started? With Jim Rome. And, yeah, it was kind of like that all over again. Except I don't think any punches were thrown. But I mean, there could have been. Yeah, Bayless. Yes, which Bayless is not. So would I. But yeah, real jerk. So with him leaving, I think it's going to be better for the show and better for the network itself because you don't need anybody like that. No, it could be worse than Joe Buck. Oh no. Okay. Whoa. Sorry. Well, they are half brothers, so yeah, I guess it's related. So I guess it will be just as bad. Oh, hello. Oh boy, I'm on a roll too, guys. Right. Well, I got 15 minutes left. Yeah, yeah, I can go at 6 o'clock. That's right, because Rasal won't be on until tomorrow, so I can go to 6. All right. Derek White arrived at Abu Dhabi for practice for Team USA after a long flight from the U.S. Team officials called him 4 days earlier to replace Kawhi Leonard, who was out with a knee injury. White knew he was a potential prospect to replace Leonard, but stood down somewhat after Leonard reported to camp. I kind of figured that when everyone else figured it out, when ESPN tweeted me, then my agent and I were discussing it throughout the summer. White said I assumed that Kwani was going to continue to play, but when I saw what's happening, I got the call. White got the call in his hometown in Colorado near Denver while conducting his annual basketball camp. He had been taking time this summer after guiding the Celtics to their 18th title last month and agreeing to a 4-year, $126 million deal at the beginning of this month. Well. But he does have some experience in the past. Back in 2019, he was a last-minute call for the senior team for the 2019 FIBA World team in China. He was playing on a select team and then got the roster spot. Let me ask you this: with White subbing in for Leonard, do you think it's still going to be an easy time for the U.S. to never mind what's in the middle, but what about just getting through round robin play? I mean, do you think they're gonna do well with White and without Leonard? No. So you're saying it's not gonna matter? You're right. Right. Okay. But yeah, that's true too. But I mean, the competition isn't exactly that easy. I mean, because Germany is the world champs. Uh, well, the FIBA world champs, I should say. France is coming on good, and Canada has been making statements. So this doesn't look as easy as one might think. On paper, maybe, but on the court itself, it's a little shaky. I think the U.S. can win, but I don't think they're going to blow every opponent. When they get to 10 to 15, you said. You think it's Germany? Uh, yeah. Well, Alex, you just said the magic word. If. Yeah, better. That's what you gotta do. You gotta come in hungry because you know this is what you play for. You represent your country. I know it's a long season between preseason and regular season and everything else, but you have to give it all you got. This is not the NBA. This is the world stage at the biggest sporting event of all, the Olympics. Should be on. Yes, yeah, yes. And by the way, the Olympics actually begin on Wednesday, even though the opening ceremony is next Friday. But they've always had events before the opening ceremony anyway. That's the thing with it all. Well, anywho, back on the hockey, my Rangers and defenseman Brandon Schneider agreed to a 2-year deal worth 4.4 million. Thank goodness. General manager and former player Chris Drury announced the deal with Schneider on Sunday, leaving fellow defenseman Ryan Lindgren as the only other starter on defense. Lindgren has filed for arbitration. Oh boy. The announcement came a day after the re-signing of defenseman Chad Ruthwedel to a 1-year deal. Schneider played all 82 games last season with 14 assists and 5 goals. He was ranked second among Rangers defensemen in hits with 167 and 133 blocked shots. And if he keeps that up, hey, maybe the Rangers will be able to get past maybe the Florida, maybe win, maybe get the cup next year, which I was so hoping for. Ugh, I was so disappointed. But maybe with this, they'll get better and they'll maybe make a run at the cup next year. I'm hoping so. All right, Nuggets first round pick Darwin Holmes. Darwin Holmes suffered a torn Achilles and is likely to miss all of this upcoming season. Ugh. He suffered the injury back on Saturday in the summer league, in his opening summer league game, as they lost the Clippers, and he left the arena on crutches. Ugh, not a great way to start your career. He was 20. He was drafted 22nd overall out of Dayton, finished with 11 points and 7 rebounds in 26 minutes. The injury is a blow to the Nuggets' depth. Holmes was expected to be a primary backup player this season, but now it's thrown out the window. The Athletic was first to report the injury, and that's a very well-respected publication. Don't knock it. I read that on the reports all the time. Okay, so turning over the women's bracket now. All right. Well, Caitlin Clark did it again. She set a new record with 19 assists in the league. That's more than any other player, I think, in league history. And unfortunately, she lost to the Dallas Wings on Wednesday night as the last game before the break. The previous mark was set by Courtney Vandersloot with 18 for the Chicago Sky on August 31st of 2020. She also had 18 assists in a playoff game on September 20th, 2021. Clark, the top pick of the draft back in April, and the all-time leading scorer in Division One, had 24 points on 10 for 19 shooting. She also scored or assisted on 66 points for the Fever, the most in WNBA history. That surpasses a 65-point effort from one of my favorite players, Diana Taurasi, on August 10th, 2006. My, that long ago? Wow. I must be getting old myself then. Wow. Clark became the second rookie in league history to score or assist on 50 or more points. The only other player to do it was Candace Parker in 2008. Her career assist at Iowa was 18 on January 25th, 2022, while her previous WNBA was 13 and done 4 times, most recently in victory against the Mercury last week. Clark's stat line, 20 points and 15 assists, was the second in league history. Vandersloot is the only other one, did that in 2008. It was Clark's third game with these 20 points and 10 rebounds, and only Angel Country had done that back in 2009. No, not Angel Reese, thank you. Clark is the ninth player overall and the first rookie to score 400 points and 200 assists in a single season. Chelsea Gray did it 3 times. Alicia Thomas did it twice, and 6 others did it once. Jordan Canada, Sabrina Eskinu, Natasha Cloud, Courtney Williams, Vandersloot, and Sue Bird. See, there were a lot of other good players before Clark arrived. You had Vandersloot, you had Bird, you had Lisa Leslie, Rebecca Lobo. I mean, we're forgetting all that. They were. I mean, people seem to forgot how good these players really were. Right. Those are the original ones that made the game great. But how quickly this generation has forgotten them. I mean, people, the WNBA is nothing new. Clayton King Clark did not NBA. Hmm. Right. Yes. And, right. That's what you got to do. A few more notes before we sign off. Brittany Griner of the Mercury and John Cole Jones will compete in a special competition during WNBA All Star Weekend, which starts tonight. The league also announced that Cheryl Miller, Reggie's brother, a sister or whatever, Reggie's sister, the and the first ever coach and GM for the Mercury will coach the WNBA All Stars team against Team USA. The U.S. national team will be coached by Minnesota Lynx coach Cheryl Reeve. However, the league skills challenge and 3-point shooting contest will not include players Sabrina Eskinu, Caitlin Clark, and Angel Reese. The skills challenge will include Griner with their teammates Sophie Cunningham, Alicia Gray of the Dream, and Erica Wheeler of the Fever, and Marina Mayberry of the Sun. The 3-point contest includes Marbury, Jones, Gray, the Mystics, Stephanie Donaldson, and the Lynx, Kayla McBride. Griner is the only member of the U.S. Olympic team to participate in either competition. Oh boy! So this should be good. This should be a good. Exhibition. And Angel Reese had a streak of 15 double doubles come to an end back on Sunday in a loss to the Liberty. Sorry, Reese overall didn't have a bad game. She had 16 points and 8 rebounds and frequently matched up against Kennedy Burke. The Liberty managed to win easily, even without leading scorer Brianna Stewart, who was sidelined with a hamstring injury. Liberty coach Sandy Bordello told reporters afterwards Stewart could have played more, but the smartest thing to do was to have her rest. Reese had the opportunity to reach 10 points with 8 seconds left as she drove to the baseline. 4 Liberty defenders quickly surrounded her in the paint. Her ability to get double figures was limited late in the game by 5 personal fouls and a poor 3-point shooting effort. Yet with 10 rebounds and 8 points going into the fourth, it appeared that Reese would continue her streak. Sabrina scored a game-high 28 points with 6 assists. Leboni Fibic scored 13 points and 6 rebounds. And Jones had 14 points and 9 rebounds and 7 assists. And Ivana Dolcic at 12 points as Liberty improved to 20 and 4 at the time. All right, so I'm just going to do a quick thing on this. Pardon me? They'll get their 1 seed in the playoffs. Let's just see how they can go far in the playoffs. Yeah, I know. Every year though was different, Jimmy. That's what you got to remember. Because look how bad the Vegas Aces were starting last this season, and mm, ah, here's a little bit of history note for you. 1910, Cy Young was 500 game of his Hall of Fame career as the Cleveland Naps beat the Washington Senators 5-2 in 11 innings. The only pitcher in MLB history to reach that milestone at the time. Washington Senators are now the Texas Rangers out of business. Okay, just gonna do some recent history, if I can. 1950, Yankees signed the first black player Elston Howard and Frank Barnes. 1962, Bobby Nichols won his only major title in 3 strokes over Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer to win wire to wire the PGA Championship, which was back in August at the time. Mets Hall of Famer outfielder Willie Mays is named to the All-Star team in 1973 for the 24th time to Stan the Man Musial. 1975, Thurman Munson, first inning single RBI are nullified because tar on the base on his bat handled the excesses 18 inch limit. Oh, great. Hey, George Brett, where are you? No. Oh, sorry. 1986, Tim Witherspoon knocks out Frank Bruno in the 11th round for the heavyweight boxing title. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Don Mattingly sets an American League record for extra base hits in 10 consecutive games in 1997. Yeah. 1990, Pete Rose is sentenced to 5 months for tax evasion. Oh, dear. I'm not going there. And I think that's going to be it. Okay, with 2 minutes at 6 o'clock. Oh, and Dodgers Stadium, the Dodgers beat the AL beat the NL for the 9th straight victory in the All-Star Game in 2022. Okay, so we're just about out of time. I want to thank everyone for coming in on this special Friday edition. I greatly appreciate it. I'll be back on the same time next week when I get back. So this was not a permanent switch, to remind you. Just had to do it for other reasons. So we'll be back next week, next Saturday, same time, same station, 4 or 6 p.m. I hope you can tune in. But I thank everybody for coming in this week. It was a great show, great turnout. And let's keep it going, guys. All right. On that note, good night.